Hello everyone, welcome to LegalDarshana. I hope the audio video is clear to you and you can see the screen I am about to share. I hope the screen is visible to you. Now in today's judgment, uh, now in today's discussion, we are going to look into the question with respect to limitation on wills. Okay, so for example, Mr. X wrote a will, right? Mr. X wrote a will in favor of his wife and his nephew, right? But now when Mr. X dies, what is the limitation period that under which the wife or the nephew would go to the court and file an application for probate? And if they want to revoke, okay, if they have received the probate and if they want to revoke the probate, is there any limitation period for that as well? These two questions we will be seeing in the cases that we are going to discuss today. Okay, but before we go in detail in the cases, let's first understand what happens in the case of will, probate, and revocation, right? So whenever a will is made, a probate has to be obtained from the court of competent jurisdiction, right? Now, probate means that the court is certifying the will, that the will is valid to be executed. They invite objections. There is a notice published in the newspapers and where general public could have a recourse. But if the will is proven to be valid, it is not coming under any challenge, the court grants the probate. But can this probate be revoked? Because what is the purpose of probate or letters of administration? It enables the beneficiaries to get the procedure done in their favor. For example, if I am a beneficiary and I seek probate of the High Court, from the High Court, my process of getting mutation or getting the will executed will fasten up. So therefore, probate and letter of administration serves that kind of purpose. Now, can that probate or letters of administration be revoked also? That court gave you the probate. Can you get it revoked sometimes later? The answer is yes. Okay. So there can be the revocation of probate. The probate which is granted, it can be revoked, it can be annulled, but only for the just cause. For example, just cause means that the way by which probate was obtained, it was defective in substance. It was obtained fraudulently. Some concealing of facts were there. Okay, and then there is untrue allegation of a fact essential in point of law to justify the grant. The grant of probate was useless and inoperative through circumstances. It became so. Then the person to whom the grant of probate was made, he had willfully and without reasonable cause omitted to have exhibit an inventory or account in accordance with the provisions of the Indian Succession Act. Okay, and the court had no jurisdiction. Of course, if the competent court is not giving me the probate can be revoked. The grant was made without citing parties who ought to have been cited. Will of which probate was obtained was forged or revoked. So will itself was forged, will itself was revoked, right? And sometimes, for example, there is the next case is with respect to letter of administration. So if there is a letter of administration, then it has transpired that there was no relationship as a legal heir. Okay, for example, a widow claimed the asset of her husband, but it was later on proven that she was never married to him. Right. So these are some cases in which the grant of probate or the a grant of letter of administration, both of them could be annulled and both of them could be revoked. Now, what is the time limit for it? Because if you look at Indian Succession Act is giving you that the will has to be probated, as well as there can be revocation or annulment of the probate that has been granted, right? So this is the case that is dealing with that. If these are the provisions that have been made by the Indian Succession Act, then what is there any limitation prevalent in the cases? Because Indian Succession Act is not providing for limitation. For example, a will which is made back in 1990s, can I still apply for its probate? And if the probate has been given, can I still get it revoked? Because it has been a period of more than 20 years. So because there is no limitation clause here, can we call it that it can be done in an indefinite period of time? The court is answering this question in the negative. So we are going to discuss two judgments around this question. Okay, one is both of them is given by Justice Sanjay Karol and Justice Vipul Pancholi. It is a division bench, and both the judgments are given by the same bench. They are deliberating on two issues in these two judgments, right? One judgment is coming in the end of May. In the end of May, it is coming, and another judgment is coming in the July. Okay, I hope the screen is visible to you because there was some glitch right now at my end. Yes. Now, the first judgment that we are going to discuss is talking about the limitation period for the revocation of grant of the probate. Now, in this is the case of Dheeraj Datta versus Anirban Sen and others. And it is, of course, as we discussed, it is decided by the division bench. And Justice Karol is authoring the opinion, authoring the judgment, not opinion. Now, Justice Karol in this case is talking about limitation period on revocation of grant of the probate. So what is happening in this case? A will has been made. Okay, a will has been made in 1989, and the testator, okay, the one who made the will, pardon me, she passes away in 1989 itself, right? Now the will is probated in 1995. Okay, will has been probated. Will the probate on the said will is received in 1995. Let's understand the timeline. 1989, the testator is making the will. 1989, she passes away, and in 1995, we get the probate. Okay, we are getting the probate. Now, in 2011, what happens is that the revenue proceeding starts. Okay, so revenue record proceedings are like getting the names changed, mutations, etc. And whoever were the predecessors, okay, so whoever were the nephews, children, or whoever were the nephews-in-laws of the testatress rather here, they were given a notice, right? So when the revenue proceeding started, revenue in the revenue records, the nephew was the sole executor and beneficiary. Okay, so then the husband of the testatrix gave a notice to him that the revenue record proceeding have been initiated. You should come here and you should get involved in it. But however, they were not present. Okay, because they were the only survivor members of the family of the testatrix husband. They were not present at the 2011 time. Now 2019, what happens is they come forward and they say that we want to seek a revocation of this probate, because we were not informed of any revocation, any revenue record proceedings that were initiated in 2011. We were never a part of it, and therefore when we are seeking the revocation of probate right now, it should be granted to us because 2019 is the time that we came to know about it. Now the court of original jurisdiction rejected their argument, but the appellate court allowed their argument. Ultimately, the appeal was brought before the Supreme Court of India. Okay. Now, the Supreme Court in this case is saying that even if the Indian Succession Act is not providing for any timelines, for any limitation period, it will still be governed by Article 137 of the Indian Succession Act. Now, Article 137 is the restitutory provision that if there is any application in the time being in force, any application for which no limitation period is prescribed anywhere in the law, okay, anywhere in the division, then for that the right will be limited by 3 years, and it will arise. And the limitation period will reckon from when the right to apply accrues. Okay, so right to apply accrues will only reckon the moment I know. Okay, the moment I know that this is going to be, either the probate is given or either, the names are getting changed. The time when I get the cognizance, I will have the 3 years time to either revoke the grant revoke the granted probate, or also to file the application for probate. Because even for filing application for probate, even for seeking the revocation of the probate, no time period is prescribed, but the right will accrue only when I am intimated of it. Okay, not that I am having some dreams, or I am having some information about it, but only when I am told about it in a formal manner, or in any manner when the knowledge comes to my uh, to me. Okay, the knowledge comes to me. So the courts is saying here that in this case, 2019 is not the time when you got informed of. Rather, you knew all of it when the revenue record proceedings were happening back in 2011. So we will calculate the 3 years limitation period from where you get to know that revenue records proceedings are saying. Okay, and therefore limitation period would not apply from 2019. Okay, that you are saying that we had an intimation in 2019 only, but it will apply from the time when you were served notice. The proceeding started in 2011. So in 2013 the notice was served to you in the mutation proceedings, and you did not apply at that point of time. So if we count from 2013, the limitation period would have reckoned from 2013, that you knew about it and you wanted to get the probate revoked, but you did not apply for 3 years. Now you cannot come after 6 years in 2019 and apply for a probate here. Okay, so therefore, when the right to apply would accrue for revocation of granted probate, it depends on the date from which the party making the application had knowledge. So if I am only informed in 2013, then in that case, I would be having the knowledge only in 2013. And if I contend it later on that I did not know, nobody told me, that particular fact would not suffice in the court of law. So the date from which the right would accrue to count the 3 years limitation period is the time when I get to know about it. Now in 2013, the copy of original application was served, okay, on the respondent here. But in 2019, he is coming and saying I had no information. That does not stand right in the light of this judgment, and therefore court is allowing the appeal, and court is not siding that because there has been no action taken from 2013 to 2019. Uh, this is a case that could not be successful, and therefore the notice that was given for the revenue proceedings, it will be the constructive notice, and 3 years limitation period would reckon from the 2013 only. Therefore the court allowed the appeal and did not give relief to the respondents. Now the other question, we majorly in this case discussed the question of time period, limitation time period for the revocation or grant of probate. Okay, that the probate was granted, in how many in how much of the time I can get it revoked. Now the second judgment, which is Sanjay Sharma versus Krishnadhan Khavade, this is also given by the same bench. Okay, Justice Karol is authoring it, and in this case we are looking into the question that when the 3 years period, okay, we know that now from the first judgment it is clear that Article 137 says that where no time period is prescribed, 3 years period will be applicable, and it will reckon from the date when the right accrues. Now, in that case, in the case when we are talking about revocation on grant of the probate, that we understood in the context of whenever the facts are coming into knowledge of the person. But now in this case, we are dealing with that from when application, from when these 3 years will commence for filing an application for probate. Will we count it from the death date? Okay, from the day the person is deceased, okay, who is the testator, from his date of death will we reckon this 3 years period, or any other date? The court is saying that probate is a very case based or circumstances based document. So if sometimes what happens is that probate may not be needed, okay, the family settles everything according to them and it might not be needed. right? So the court is saying that it is not mandatory that the 3 years period should reckon from the death date. Okay. ISA, Indian Succession Act, is not providing any such condition. It is not, saying that we have to take in account the death of the testator. Okay, and we have Limitation Act also. Now the Limitation Act is saying so. What happens with the will? Okay, what happens with the probate of the will? Probate is basically a certification of genuineness of the will. Okay, it acknowledges that there is an executor, and it grants the executor to act as per the purposes of the will. So there is an executor appointed in the will. It can be or cannot be appointed, or in the cases where executor is not specifically appointed, the beneficiary becomes their executor. So now the what happens when a probate is granted? The executor will have right to work in accordance with the will. Therefore, it is not necessary that the date from which a person is dying, who is the testator, we will reckon the 3 years period. Maybe we do not want to get the assets right now. Maybe we have a settlement. Maybe we want to get the probate done after few years later. Okay, so therefore having a probate is a continuous right. Okay, now it does not need to accrue it does not need that the right would accrue only on the death date of the testator, but rather the right will accrue if there is some objection to the will. So for example, a let's understand, for example, A made a will that his estate is going to his wife, who is W, his son, who is C, and his daughter, who is D. Okay. Now, his wife, his son, his daughter. Okay. Now, the sister who is Z of A, she challenges the will, saying that my brother had made one more will in my favor and this will is forged. So what she goes in the court and she started claiming the assets. Now what she is doing, the sister, she's an adversary here, but she is going against the contents of the will that B, C, and D has. Now in this case, the moment they come to know that she's filing a case or she's taking any measure which is against the will, against the contents of the will, from that date, 3 years of the period would reckon. That is the date where the right to apply would accrue. Okay, this is what is said by the Supreme Court in this particular case. Okay, so the Supreme Court is saying that the Supreme Court is saying that the right to apply for probate will accrue when it becomes necessary. Okay, because applying for the right for the probate is a continuing right. It can depend on circumstances, but the 3 year period would commence whenever any action hostile to the position established by will was taken. Okay, even in the present case, in this example, not the case, even in this example, if I say that Z was not here, okay, let's say Z is not here, what B is trying to mutate all the assets of her husband in her favor, hiding the will. So she's hiding the will from her children, and she is going by either a forged will or either by any other manner, and she's trying to have all the assets in her name. Now she is doing an action hostile to the contents of the will, and C and D, they have a right to apply for probate from the day their mother goes hostile with respect to the contents of the will. Okay, so this is what was established by the two-judge bench in the present case, and both two cases read together establish the jurisprudence regarding the limitation period that applies on seeking probate and seeking revocation of the probate as well. I hope this information was useful. I hope everything that has been told to you, it has been understood. If there is any doubt, any questions you want to ask, or anything you want to speak regarding the law on wills, please feel free to let us know your queries. We will be addressing them through these videos only. And if there are any other topics, any other legal queries that you want to be resolved through the medium of our platform, we will be happy to assist you, right? Thank you everyone for watching. Stay tuned Please like, share, and subscribe our channel, and we will be uploading more such informational videos soon on the channel. Thank you, everyone. Have a nice day.